I don't think it's a big surprise, but filing my nomination papers today to run for a third term in Brampton to keep the momentum we have for the transformational projects we're having in our city right now. I have to say, 8 years ago when I began as mayor, I felt there was real challenges, whether it's not having approvals for a new hospital, a lack of policing infrastructure, a lack of transit infrastructure, a lack of recreation infrastructure. And you look at where we are today, the trains are full speed ahead for the big Brampton build, the big Brampton projects. The construction for our second hospital is beginning this fall, and it's so exciting to be there with the premier for the sod turning. Our LRT tunnel, an issue that divided Bramptonians, is finally moving ahead. We have provincial and federal funding for our tunnel into the downtown, connecting this LRT with our transit system in Brampton. We have police infrastructure being built where really we didn't have modern police infrastructure built for the last 4 decades. The new police division, the refurbished 22 division, modern policing infrastructure for modern policing challenges. And of course, everywhere you look in Brampton, you see enhanced recreation. I'm a big believer that an active city is a healthy city. And whether it's the new Embleton Community Center that construction is beginning this month, the new Howden Community Center that's been approved, the Brampton-Orangevale rail line, the new indoor cricket facility, new soccer fields like our Atiba Hutchinson soccer field. Everywhere you look in Brampton, you see examples of new recreation. And so I'm excited by the progress we're making, but there's still work that needs to be embarked upon. I want to finish these projects. I want to finish this big Brampton build, and honored to file my papers today.
Mayor, do you believe this election would be the most easiest win for you as compared to the last two?
I never take anything for granted. One thing my grandfather taught me was you just roll up your sleeves and you work hard. And that's how I've governed myself as mayor of Brampton, and I'm going to continue to show up early, work late, and do the job that I've been assigned.
Patrick, this is a tough career. You can't ever please everyone. It's a job that sort of never ends. Your weekends, your nights, your stuff. What keeps you going? What makes you say, I want to do this again?
Well, obviously I'm here with my wife, Genevieve, and for us, and this was advice I got from the late Premier Bill Davis, is just make sure you have that family time as well. And so one thing I've done since when I started as mayor, I wasn't a father. I've got 3 kids now, and my wife is a hero with the amount of care she provides, but I take them to events with me all the time. And I'd say what an education it is for our children to learn about every community, every aspect of the city. It's like an extra class at school because you get to learn about the city you live in. And so I've really enjoyed that part of my job, being able to involve them in the evenings or weekends when I tend to be busier than you'd expect a normal father to be.
Mayor, why leading Brampton is more challenging than other cities? Also, you were a big advocate to control the crime here in the Peel region, but recently we saw that 140 million of drug bust, 19 were arrested. As the bail reform were implemented with effect from 15 July, still people were released with conditions. How you see, is bail reform effective, or still what's going on there?
Well, that's more of a federal question. Having said that, I think I've never been shy to raise my voice when it came to some of the challenges we've had in public safety. And on public safety, I looked at Brampton and I said, we don't have enough police officers. So over the last number of years, we've had a record hiring of officers. We had one of the worst ratios of police to population. That has now been addressed. At the same time, our courts were over capacity, our correctional facilities were over capacity. Been working with the province to reconcile that. And federally, the criminal code had too many loopholes. Bail reform was something that was desperately needed. I believe in Brampton, we led the charge nationally after the Darian Henderson-Bellman tragedy to bring bail reform. As you know, I testified before the House of Commons and was here with the Minister of Public Safety to announce the changes. What I hear from police and from Crowns, these changes will be very helpful. They will move the yardstick forward. Of course, there are going to be instances where individuals still receive bail. We have a due process in Canada, but I'm going to continue to be one of the advocates and one of the voices in our country to have a justice system that eliminates loopholes and works for victims.